we have sourced some wheels. So Benjamin forgot he had, are they GTCs? Are they Volk GTCs?
Wheels?
Yeah.
The E-Wings.
E-Wings? A-Wings. Well, they're E-Wings, apparently. E-Wings, E-Wings, whatever you want to call them. These are the wheels here. They were on Ben's 31. We forgot we even had them. They've got RE003s on the front, so they've got decent steerers, which is good. And we've got some skidders on the rears, which is perfect. But they're 17s and they're 16s, and I'm not gonna touch the height of the car, so it's probably gonna drop probably this high off the ground, because it's already like this high off the ground, so we're gonna lose a bit of height. Hopefully it doesn't look too wacky, and it goes well. We have an intake to put back on, an exhaust to put back on, and a door to hopefully fix. And I'm probably just going to weld a spanner onto the spline of the window winder just to get it by for tomorrow until I can actually pull the door off. It's quite an in-depth thing to pull the door mech out and put a new door mech in. It's this guy here, and this guy down here, and that guy over under here somewhere. Either way, we'll see. And we've got to do the bushes still. I'm not even going to start on these bad boys yet. That is a later job. It doesn't need to be done for tomorrow, so get them back in, get all these guys back in. Busy next couple of hours. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to leave them in the comments, and let's get into it. We have to hack down the manifold to get the manifold to line up with the rest of the exhaust. This manifold does sit fairly lower than the original, so you can see where the exhaust used to sit up the back there, and we've had to kind of angle it down slightly to kind of mate up with this part here. We're hacking all this off and we're cutting it up to the little white mark you see here. So I'm going to cut it on carb because we've already bolted the manifold mostly on, and it's just easier. We'll see if we can get away with doing that, and line it up and hopefully get this all together. I'll show you the hardware under here because this is actually pretty cool on this car. But we are just checking these wheels now. If you can see that little guy in there, this thing has like drop knuckles or something, so if we grind off 3 or so threads on the bottom of my tie rod, the nut will clear by probably 2 mil. Like, sweet F all, but it will clear. God, that's close. But there's the arms and stuff. Show you the underneath of this. So these do not come with any of this from factory. These are all completely different. These are all aftermarket arms, all of them, and the knuckles as well. So a lot of Zs you actually have to buy welding coilovers. You can't just change them out because the knuckle is attached to the strut tower. It's all just a one piece, which you can see they've had to do that there anyway. So it's one less thing I have to worry about doing on the car, but I really want to know who built this car. Someone has put a lot of time and effort into this, and it's damn cool. Alright, let's see what we can do about this spacer issue. Look at this for hardware. Could not have asked for more stopping power for a 1970s car. This thing has the biggest brakes of every car I own now. That's 16 hours before race wars. Not really.
Oh, everyone's a welding expert.
It's like...
You can actually take the car out to a race event. You can weld as well as you want, but you're still sitting on a fucking stand.
Truth.
Excellent.
Awesome.
We're gonna go to a racetrack tomorrow.
High five, Benjamin. High five. We are racing to get to a race event, for sure.
Alright.
Little black spots, you see there, up there, up on the top here. We'll trim all these down so the manifold fits. Because like most things, if it's not OEM, you always need a bit of adjustment with these things. For what we're doing, it turned out fine. Happy with that.
Ultra Tune spec.
Yeah, Ultra Tune. Okay, my job, quickly, prep, paint, get these sorted to go on the car. The intake and the exhaust, the manifold hold each other on. They kind of clamp each other on. It's kind of a weird setup. It's old school. It's definitely something you would not see on newer modern cars, and it's not efficient for that reason, but it's what we're working with, so I'll get that done. And we're gonna wait on Benkei to come to sort out spaces for the wheels. As you guys are well aware, we are on a mad rush tonight, so some of this will be filmed, some of it might not be filmed. I'll just try and get like snip clips through the entire lot, that way you guys can see as much as you can, and you're not having to watch like time lapses and stuff like that. So So these are the other 2 of the 4 LCA bushes. So we're going to throw some lubricant onto the bushes. That way they slide on nice and easily and they don't get damaged over time. Quick snapshot of the shenanigans. We had to bail on greasing the bushes. We've had dramas with that LCA bush that I thought was going to be a pain is a mighty pain. So you can see where the teeth are here. There's the original old school bush. And then it has been absolutely rooted and not replaced for that long that the teeth have bitten into the LCA itself and welded itself onto the LCA. So we've had to pull it out of the car and we're going to try and get it off now with an angle grinder. What do we call this thing?
A mighty saw.
Yeah, the mighty saw. You dropped something. Right, while you're mighty sawing that, I'll show the guys the carnage. Still waiting on Benkei to rock up, the spacers. Look at my positive camber. Isn't it atrocious? Ugh. Yeah, that's what we've been playing with. Can do. There is so much more to the LCAs. A couple of bolts, big rods, nuts, sway bar, hammer. You know. Here. Right, I'm back to the manifold. You good? Sweet. Many time. Gotta fix those holes still. Apologise in advance, neighbour. You're copping this tonight. How are you going, Benjamin? Did you get it? Your face tells me everything I need to know. It was brutal? Jesus Christ. Wow. Holy damn.
Still won't budge.
What?
I'm gonna have to cut.
As in it's welded itself completely on?
Yep, I thought that would be enough to break the seal, but even that won't be. So I'm gonna have to get a smaller grinder and cut the bottom section and...
Alright, so it's probably safe to say this thing has never been done its entire life. Look at all that ancient Tutankhamun curse stuff going on there. You're gonna die, Babel. We're gonna get like a car cursed. God, I hope the other one's not like this. I'm going back to the Mani. You got the bad job. Oh, this is a pretty crap job as well, but at least it's manageable. So I've just drilled out this guy down here. So he's all nice and pretty. We just drilled out this one. Gotta get around, I've done that one as well. I do have to do a little bit more on that one, and a couple of others. Alright, we are slowly back on track. We got him off. It took a lot to get this thing unwelded. It was stuck on real good.
Only cut it several times.
And hit it. It's alright. As long as it's got the rubber on, it should be good. Alright, I've been making an almighty racket and a mess, but I think we're good. I've just grinded out most of the manifold. That's all from the Mani. Now, I'm a bit of an idiot. Any experienced metal worker would be able to tell exactly what I've done here. I used a grinding disc instead of cutting disc, so it took me a bit longer than usual to get through that. Apparently, this side wasn't as bad for the diff bush. I mean, sorry, the diff bush. This is a mustache bush. Yeah, so this side wasn't so bad for the bush. I'll just give you a bit of a rundown. This one came off. We didn't have to pull the full LCA out of this one. It was pretty okay, unlike the other one that was just, it welded itself. I don't know, it was crazy. This one's come off, Ben's replaced this. We're now up to putting the bar on. We've just put the mount back on. It still looks like it's in pretty decent nick, so we won't replace that or anything, it's all good. You may have a little drama getting that on, because that goes up further. This camera has seen some things. And we're doing it by hand because we don't want to break any of these bolts. This is a very old car, and you never know. So sweet, awesome.
Smashy tight.
Smashy, uggy tight. Oh, alright, back to Mani. In an ideal world, I would have sanded this back and done this properly, but it's not ideal. We're on a time frame, so I'm just gonna do the best with what I can and what I've got. And it won't look as good as it could look, but it'll still look nice and it'll still look a lot better than what it did a minute ago when it was a bit rusty and gross, so. I don't know what I'm painting. I'm painting something. There Go up and down, don't across. Yeah.
D-Max Japan.
Yeah. It's not advisable to stack spaces, but we're doing it anyway because we need to get blasted for tomorrow.
I've idolized Diego, and I've seen the amount of Diego and
not Diego. It's not. Dora, can you say El Paso?
Backpack.
Oh, I idolized Dora the Explorer.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Hot.
Do you not like bananas? Who doesn't like bananas? I don't.
Alright, with me, Benny.
Coming.
I like your light.
Good job. This. Goodbye.
Thank you, Loki. Alright. Front's ready.
Alright, so what's left to do, Mr. Big Man? Oh, he's in the shibby shirt. Oh, look at that, eh?
It's so comfy.
Yeah, a bit of Luke Fink going on.
Yeah. We still got to go tappet covers, exhaust manifold, intake manifold, half shafts, get the door to close, window winders. Got a few things. It's only a gigazillion o'clock.
Well, only gigazillion o'clock, yeah.
Alright, just giving this guy a quick clean. I'm going to throw the gasket on and get the valve cover back down and sealed. We're hacking off the ends of the wheel nuts.
You shone one on the car.
Yeah. I'll wait till he's out of the way. So we've got these closed end wheel nut things that are not good enough for what we're using. We got long studs on the car, so we had to hack off the ends to get them on safely.
How awesome the actual.
So it's just one thing after another on this car. Manifold almost dry. Yes, Manny is dry. Dry enough to go on at least anyway.
Like working in, she's working in a
Valve cover on, sealed, done. So what Benjamin's up to. Benjamin, where are you up to at the moment? Axles?
Shafts.
Shafts? Yeah. It's cold, it's really cold. Like my breath is making fog. Cheers, bro. Oh, world lifesaver hot chocolate.
Yeah, and it's not just the hot.
I'll get hot chocolate too?
It's like a, yeah, hot chocolate.
I got hot chocolate as well.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was coffee.
Yours is coffee hot chocolate.
It's cold crazy over there.
I'm really passionate about my hot chocolate, alright?
Okay. We got the wheels on.
You know what
Obviously,
you need to do if you've never made yourself a bounty?
offsets are pretty horrible at the moment, but we're just trying to get by. It doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as I can drive it. So, okay, there you go. There's the offset with the 20mm. So it's still not the greatest, but for what we are doing and the time frame that we are doing it in, it is great. I'm happy with that. I'll worry about the height and I don't know, offset and all that later. And potentially fixing a door lock in the morning, because it's going to take a little bit and it's getting really cold and dark.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
It says James Zoom Magnifi. But
Manny? Incoming!
oh.
Benjamin.
Okay, I'll pay that. Alright. My poor Manny. I mean, my poor gasket. He's not gonna like life. I'll bet you this doesn't fit.
You wanted me to land the car?
Should be due.
Probably not.
You might be alright. Stay. They've
Good manifold.
we're probably gonna have to helicoil that, but we're running out of time, so we're not gonna. I don't like saying this, but we're not gonna helicoil this for tonight. It has enough support here that if we put all these down hard enough,
It might not leak.
It'll leak a little. It'll leak just nowhere near how bad it was before. You guys saw the other Manny, it split all the way down here and I was still driving it, so it could be worse. It'll be fine for now. So we've got a perforated gasket, which is the crappier version compared to these two, and then we have like a graphite kind of style gasket. Still slightly perforated, but much better. You can tell the difference just by looking at the quality there. Because we're going to have to pull this manifold back off to fix up that last stud. It's going to go with the crappy manifold here.
Crappy gasket. Crappy manifold gasket here.
We have just been going non-stop for like the last, how long now, Benjamin? 8 hours?
16 million years.
A long time. So,
Since 12
right.
BC.
Gasket manifold. Oh my god. Manifold. Exhaust manifold gasket. We'll put in the crappier one because it'll probably blow out anyway and I don't have to worry about damaging it. And then I'll put this little guy in after we fix that, so.
12 BC is before Ben cares, right? It's not, it's before Ben cares. Yep. 12 Ben cares. Dizzy. Dizzy.
It can't be as bad as Ben zooming in on the welding helmet. You guys know exactly what we're talking about there.
I don't know. If she leaves it in the edit,
What are you putting in?
you'll determine whether or not.
I have no. Okay, I take no responsibility for whatever he's put in this video.
I didn't swear or anything. I just, you know,
Done
just
something.
got real close to some stuff.
Manifold does not work well with the door loaders at all. And we're going to see if we can get away with just hacking down this guy here. So to clear the manifold. So you can see, just getting it on, we've dragged it slightly across the paint, just here. There is a bit of a, you might be able to see it there. As well as it hits slightly over in here, and it hits slightly here as well. Now this manifold's probably made for, I don't know, a turbo fuel injected kind of car, so it comes out further as well. It was almost going to be a flag. We were almost ready to just give up. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully we can get it to work. It would be pretty, I don't know what you call it, earth-shattering, heart-wrecking. I can't even think right now. We've just been going for so long, so many hours, like 8-10 hours. I really, really want this thing to drive tomorrow. I just want to enjoy it.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh.
Take that.
I would definitely do a little bit of sealing.
It doesn't matter. It's
Or does
intake.
Is it the underside?
It's the intake.
You all know you got magnetic eyes.
No, I don't. I've been away for long enough. Well, I've got demagnetized.
Demagnetized.
Demagnetized eyes.
Now I've got South Pole eyes.
Yeah.
Time for a nap. Screw working on this thing.
Oh man, just go in the hole.
Lean on me.
Lean on me
when you're not strong.
I'll be your friend. I'll help.
Alright, we're converting to GoPro. We are having a big problem with the manifold and the intake manifold going on due to the exhaust manifold. Even though it was meant to be for the L28, it's probably for a 280ZX, so fuel injected, slightly different. Still looks very similar, but the main problem we're having is where it lines up with the intake manifold and the carburetors, because I still run carburetors, I'm not running fuel injection. So we're doing some last minute ditch effort to try and salvage the situation. We are going to beat the living hell out of the manifold I just painted, and we're hacking off the runners, the factory runners of the L28 intake. Give me a sec.
There you go.
Let's do it outside so we don't put it in the house. I mean, the house. Fingers crossed. Let's see how Benjamin went with the malleting, gently massaging of the manifold.
Ain't nothing gentle about that.
Damn!
I gave it 10 hours of frustration is what it got. It still needs a slight bit more smashing. I should have gone a little bit higher.
Smash, smash, smash. I hit my fingers. I like my fingers. Oh god.
Yeah, hold that.
You need to aim more this way.
There's that one.
Right there. Again, it has to be hit this way. It's been mounted. This is the most grassroots you can probably get. What flow rating?
It'll flow better now. What are you talking about?
Hey, it might just sound like a Subaru. Speed flow dins?
Yeah,
Speed holes?
No, speed flow dins, you know, like they make it flow better. They give you that speed flow. You know? My name's Corey! What up?
I think there's a 12 mil there to your left, dude.
I've got my beautifully painted nails for you, Loki.
Bro. Oh, I had beautifully painted hands.
Yeah, but mine were actually beautiful. How much more do we need to take
I'll
off?
grind it.
Close, you'd almost be able to bolt it on.
I'm gonna grind it. Yeah. Right,
Just-
off with that one.
Just grind this down.
It's a schmoofter, just nicks
Right here,
here.
Benjamin?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
We're
nicks.
super close to the bolt.
It's almost gonna be good enough.
Behind. Or above, sorry. So now we're hitting on, I think, this runner.
Back on. Ouch. Yep, out. Back on.
Push it down.
It is midnight. It's 8 degrees and dropping. It is freezing. You can't get much more grassroots than this. Tonight has just been an absolute make it work kind of night. This is my filter for my block. This was actually what was on my old Z, so that's where I got the idea from. Obviously, it's just a temporary fix until we can do all this properly in future. This is not ideal, but if it runs enough that we don't have an exhaust leak, I'll be happy for tomorrow. We've still got to do the throttle linkage here. Can't feel my fingers. So yeah, fuel line, just done that up. Just done the dump, so the dump's now connected, the exhaust is on. I'm gonna do the exhaust hanger. I'm gonna fill up the diff with some diff oil, tighten up the tail shaft bolts. We've done the axles. Something else I can't remember right now, it's too cold. I don't know if you call those grassroots mods, fixes, DIYs, drifter mods. Probably more drifter mods. This poor car needs filth.
Technical difficulties, apologies. It's only like 10 hours the poor battery had to work for. Go GoPro.
Oh, by the way, just because I want to take advantage of Loki's awesomeness, you got like a couple of days before we give away this sim, so go buy some tickets.
Oh, my apologies, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Your nails just had my attention, man.
So yeah, nails. Do I look good in this light? So yeah, look.
At this time of night.
It's like 2:30. We're working on Loki's Z to get it sorted for a track day tomorrow. I've just been all like, baby, like a French girl, to get in here and do up a little bolt. But I was like, don't worry, bro. I won't be there long.
You can build one of these on your sim.
Whoa, whoa! Fuck, we nearly almost died.
Bye-bye, neighbours.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, everybody.
Scared the hell out.
Scared the shit out of myself. Alright.
I honestly thought I was gonna blow up and we're all gonna die. My life just fucked. I was like, holy fuck, my kid's gonna die. I'm gonna blow up on a Z. At least I'll go out in a good fashion, right?
I was less afraid of that.
Who left that there? Wouldn't be me.
That was really scary.
The neighbours everyone woke up. It was like, the was that?
I know I've dropped those.
Imagine if I shot it through the side of the house at 2:30 in the morning. Hey Loki, how you going? No.
I wonder how the children are.
Now the police are gonna come. I think I get to watch Ben axe himself too. Great. This is beautiful. This is art. Car collapses on Loki.
I'm using my knee as like a brace to kind of make a really dodgy engine mount. Oh my god. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm using my knee in here to kind of straddle my exhaust to get some metal zip ties on.
We should have just remounted the motor at this point. It would have been easier.
Probably. Yeah, these little doohy dickies here that are very horribly put on. Putting them on and doing them up, and that's my rear mount because as you can see on the back
Get
here,
time to put a tip on.
we didn't get the tip. Well, no, what we decided was, instead of putting a tip on, I'm going to put a flamethrower kit on the back of it. So I've got to make a custom tip with the flamethrower kit welded into it. So I don't want to put another tip on just to pull it off again. I'm just going to sleep there.
Yeah, that little black mat. Best.
I think we have passed the point of delirium.
That's what I consider the winter.
Definitely past the point of delirium. So you probably won't notice much of a change except for maybe a coloured bunch of extractors.
Metal.
But if you saw the previous, if it is in the previous, it might even be in this current one. I have no idea. I don't know how I'm going to edit this all together. But yeah, there was quite a lot of bashing, hammering, malleting and swearing and stuff going on there. Just doing the brake line that we broke, the original one. It looked like this. This fluffy thing that you can see right there. Kind of looks like something that you drag up from the abyss of the Marianas Trench. And it goes onto this bias here and then straight onto the intake manifold. We broke that one when we originally pulled this off, so we've had to replace that now. After that we'll put in the diff oil and then we'll hopefully see if the car will start and run with the new fuel pump that's also now in and wired up. And over all the other changes that we've done the new exhaust on it as well. We've probably restricted the flow rate of what, cylinder 3? Yeah, it might sound like a Subaru yet, we don't know. And it is currently 4 in the morning and it's like 6 degrees, so yeah, it's just a tiny bit cold. It's freezing. This is our version of winter. It's way cold. Like, we don't see snow, but this is like rural and it's kind of open sky, paddocky kind of stuff. I don't know, it's freezing. I don't know how you guys live in Canada, eh? Or like anywhere else, Alaska. What are the other snowy places in the world?
Well, the coldest I've been was Canada, and that was negative 35.
Canada.
This
Negative
doesn't really feel
35.
that
Oh
cold.
no. Oh, no. I'll freeze. I'll turn into a popsicle.
4 AM, it takes me a little longer to process.
You
Not
gotta-
going straight to potty humour, because that's exactly where I went. A
Where-
planetary system in the
What is it
far
called?
reaches of our
What is it
galaxy.
called?
You mean Uranus?
Never.
I told you, we've reached the levels of delirium here.
Isa like a Mario.
4:30, coming down. Race event in 3.5 hours.
It's the only way to do it.
Break.
You good?
Yeah, I'm on the brake.
We hope the brake works.
The brake should work.
Yeah, we hope it does.
Stop going down. Ooh.
Gonna come out.
Oof. Ooh.
It was like that wasn't even a mil. That was like a 15th. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's gone.
It worked.
It works, sort of. Yeah. I want you to get back.
I can hear a lot of fuel.
Sounds like a fish tank.
It does. Sounds like. Oh no, it's because there'd be the water pumps on. Loki?
Yeah, that's the water pump.
Okay, I was
That's
tripping.
why it sounds like a fish tank.
Well, there's nothing coming out of the back of it so far. Just prime again. Ooh, that sounded more like a fuel pump.
What's the fuel pressure on the rig? Gauge.
Yeah, no, low. No, yeah, it shut down before. You have to do that a couple of times quickly for me. Well, I can't see anything leaking. And it's definitely got fuel pressure, if not still too much. You got your Varix on?
Yeah.
That paint is not suitable for tractors.
Oh yeah.
Cracky, I love cars. Heat-proof paint my ass.
That paint is definitely not heat transfer paint.
The fuel leak one last time. No, it's not leaking any fuel. Yeah, take her off the stands. She low. High five. High five.
Oh, high five. I thought you were asking for a high five. High five.
High five. High five.
Looks way better on that front.
Wanging. Imagine if we could run it Japan low. A little bit more spacerage and a little bit more low.
Pretty low. That's cooler.
Yeah, boy.
Way better than the RBXs. We might need grab some spanners, 12 and 13 or some shifter for the fuel pressure reg in case we need to change the fuel pressure tomorrow. We need some grease for the linkages and the carburetors because we brake cleaned the crap out of them and they got stuck on a minute ago, so we'll double check that. And just some basic tools.